Esteban. So today I have a little project to create an ultrasonic sensor. So it's like an alarming system that detects how far you're away from it. The closer you get, the more the LEDs lit up. So I had two main goals. One of my goals was to create a simple alarm system using an ultrasonic sensor. And then the second goal would be the system will light up an LED depending on the distance of how far it is, how close it is. The design of it, I was using a Raspberry Pi, and I was using an ultrasonic sensor, obviously, to detect the distance. Another thing was that the ultrasonic sensor will receive data into the Raspberry Pi, and I can be able to calculate it into distance. And then, depending on the distance, then I'll be able to turn on certain LED lights to determine how close and how far the intruder is, let's say. The build is pretty much, it was a simple build. I started off with just a breadboard to keep the connections organized. Also have 5 LEDs to detect how far the intruder is or how close. I had 6 resistors to contain, lower the voltage for the LED lights. And then an ultrasonic sensor, a Raspberry Pi, and 10 nanometer. So for the program, it was all in Python. I had to create some variables on the top left that shows the other variables I created. I had to create 5 LED variables. I had to create an echo and a trigger for the ultrasonic sensor because the ultrasonic sensor triggers like a beam and then it bounces back, and that's called the echo, which receives data. And then I would also have it continuing in a loop where it will calculate the distance, and depending on the distance, and it's going to turn on certain LED lights. Here are all the statements to turn on which lights. So the further you are, it only turns one light, detecting, letting you know that it's on. The second one will be like turning 2 lights on. Third one will be like, oh, you're getting closer. All the way to the last one, which is like intruder, like beware. When I was testing it out, I got a couple of error codes. Python was not a new language, but it was interesting to play with, so it was fun. Another thing one of the errors I had was like it wouldn't exit out the loop, so it would continuously execute without stopping. And then another thing too that made it even worse was that 30 minutes later, I realized that the ultrasonic sensor that I was trying to program did not work, so that's the reason why I was not getting any data back as well. And a couple things I would want to rethink would be how to make the program more efficient so it won't be big blocks of code. Another thing would also be adding a buzzer, so the closer you get and how close you are, make a buzzer noise letting us know that the intruder's inside the house or anywhere that you can spotlight the system. Another thing would be like making, instead of having such a big, wide chunk, I would like to make it into a tiny little box so it can be easier to move around the house or like any location. And now I can show you guys how it runs.
Oh, well, it's running, so you can just show.
Oh, that's right. Alright, so here it is. White light's letting us know that it's on. We start moving closer. It lifts up green, getting the intruders closer. Lifts up another yellow. And then again another yellow, and then once you're super close, red. So it's pretty fluently. It lets you know how close you are, how far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Questions?
Questions? Yes. How does it buzz? It does not contain a buzz. That's one thing I would like to add on to it to make it better. Another question? Yes.
What did you learn from this project?
What I learned was circuits. So how I can start a circuit, how you have to close the circuit for it to flow properly. Another thing would be knowing what sensors and how much voltage you need, because you can also like you can say burn a sensor, so it'll be like too much voltage going in. It'll probably be like making a that's pretty good. Another question?
How long did this take you?
This took me about an hour and a half maybe. 30 minutes was just because of the ultrasonic sensor was not like, it was broken. And then the other hour was just because like coding it, trying to understand the Python language again, just because it's been some time. And yeah, it took me like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Any other questions? Concerns?
Okay, so let's give Esteban a round of applause.